Hello everyone. Uh, Hopefully you can all see this. If you can, then welcome to your last school assembly. Congrats, you've made it. I was you this time last year, brimming with hopes and dreams. About to go off to uni. For those of you who don't know me, I was a prefect last year, won a few awards at last year's senior prize giving, but I wasn't a complete loser. In fact, I think I'm the only person who came top in English Lit and simultaneously won Rear of the Year. Anyway, Mr. Reid asked me to make a little presentation for you all. Some wise words about the big bad world. And we all know you can't say no to Mr. Reid, right? So, bet you're all dying to know what uni's really like. Well, I go to uni in Bristol and I'm doing a degree in English and philosophy, and no, I don't know what career that's setting me up for either. I'm in halls. My flatmates are eclectic. They have a few things in common though. They love nothing more than leaving their stinking dishes in the sink, not cleaning the toilet, and having obnoxiously loud sex. I get drunk most evenings. On my own. In my flat. I got prescribed antidepressants and I'm not really meant to drink on them. But I don't know what I'd do if I was sober. Occasionally I invite guys from Tinder round, we'll smoke a spliff out the window, have very mediocre sex, and then call it a night. I usually attract these meninist types. Guys who want to meddle for the mere suggestion of going down on you. And when they do, if they do, it's always bad. Suppose it gives me a few minutes to plan my shopping list. Baked beans, pasta, fish fingers. All in all, I'm doing okay in uni. Small fish in a big pond here. I'm not failing. I'm not excelling. I'm grand. So why am I the chosen one? Well, the answer is very simple. Me and Mr. Reid had a special relationship. Mr. Reid. We all used to call him Mr. Ride. By far the fittest teacher in our school, given the fact that he was under 35 and still had most of his hair left. He taught me all the way through school. English. The first day of every term, I made sure I claimed my place. The single desk directly in front of his. It was a crush. A silly teenage crush. I mean, we all have them on your dad's mates or on your piano teacher or whoever. Mr. Reid always seemed to have a soft spot for me. He'd mark my work with red pen and sign it off with a silly sketch or a doodle. But then the doodles became hearts and his feedback became more personal, specific. I used to dream about him. Kiss my hand and pretend it was his soft lips kissing mine back. His hands on my skin. I was 15. Mr. Reid had asked me to stay behind to help him with something. He complimented me on my hairband, said that I was exceptional. That I didn't know how special I was, but that he did. Then he asked me to go into the store with him. That was it. He was going to kiss me and telling me he's in love with me and we're going to live happily ever after. Three years. 3 years. And he never kissed me. I never even learned his first name. And I didn't have a choice. And I grew up thinking that this was love and that when I left school we would be together. I mean, he was only 30 at most, and what's age anyway when you're in love? When I left school, I didn't hear from him. For nearly a year. Then out of the blue, last week, received a text. Hey, hope you're settling into uni life. Any words of wisdom for our departing year 14s? Would be amazing if you could send over a video for us to play at our final assembly. I'm sure they could learn a lot from you. Cheers. Mr. Reid. Then 2 minutes later, a follow-up message. P.S. Miss your tits. So, a final nugget of knowledge from me. I hope none of you went through what I had to go through, but if you did, run away as far as you can and never let anyone determine your self-worth apart from you. Because funnily enough, giving a desperate man a hand job in a store cupboard when he grabs your 15-year-old tits isn't what love is. I hope one day I can have it for real. I think I can. But for now, there's wine and porn and sweaty men with low self-esteem on Tinder to fill that gap. Have a great last day, year 14.